been living in this 676 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment for 3 years now. It has seen several makeovers and lots of DIYs, and I thought it was time to do a review of all of the changes that I have made so far. Hi, I'm Allie, and welcome to my channel. I can't believe that I'm at this point right now to where I have given every common area type room in my apartment a full makeover. And I didn't really think I was going to get to this point. It took a very long time, but now that I'm at this point, I just feel really accomplished of all of the things that I've achieved in this space. I thought it would be time that I make this video where I talk about the rooms that I have decorated in this apartment, and also I have a huge announcement at the end of this video that you're not going to want to miss, so stay tuned for that one. The first space to receive a makeover was not a room because it was my patio slash balcony area. This apartment had a gorgeous patio area when I moved in, and I loved that it was covered and spacious. However, it definitely needed its own little personal touches to make it feel more inviting and more welcoming as an outdoor space. So my patio actually got 3 makeovers, one every season for every spring slash summer that I've lived here. Started out very basic. I mean, I had just moved in, moving's expensive, money was tight, so I just got the basic patio furniture and some little decor and DIY touches to really liven it up a little bit. Then I was able to transform it again, and then this time it felt maybe a step closer to what I was hoping for. But then really I feel like the transformation came alive last summer when I did this patio makeover. It just felt so great. I loved the bold patterns, the black and white, the plants, and apparently you guys loved it too. That video has more than 200,000 views now, which is mind-blowing to me, and I'm just so appreciative for everybody who's clicked on that video and watched it, because I feel like I put my heart into that patio makeover space and a lot of thought and a lot of planning and a lot of DIYs, so I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it just as much as I did last summer. With this patio makeover space, there's definitely a couple lessons that I have learned from it. The first one is just to be silly. The first one is taking care of outdoor plants is hard. The other lesson that I learned is that when you're first moving into an apartment, you want to tackle the space that you know that you're going to want to maybe use right away. So for me, I moved in right when it was turning from spring into summer, and I wanted to be able to utilize that patio space, especially because I moved in 2020, so there wasn't really a whole lot you could do. I was cramped up in a 1-bedroom apartment. I wanted to be able to use my outdoor space. But then obviously, as your time grows, your budget grows, you can expand and make your patio into the little paradise that you dreamed it would be. So after I tackled that very first patio makeover, I then moved indoors to the dining room. I figured I would start there because that ended up being my main backdrop for filming the majority of my videos. Now, the backdrop that you've been seeing for the last probably, 2 years now has not been the case from the beginning. The initial makeover, I was actually thinking I had more of like a boho style. That was like what I thought my style leaned toward. So I did that makeover, let that one sit, and then I decided I had seen all these gorgeous board and batten accent walls. It was this trend. Everybody was putting them in their home, and I wanted to do it too. But I had the issue of where I can't paint, I can't install permanent boards or fixtures because I'm renting, and I'm renting an apartment complex where I really can't have a personal relationship with my landlord to ask if I can make some of the changes that I want to make. So I wanted to go 100% all in on a renter-friendly version, and it turned out beyond my wildest dreams. I have just loved that accent wall ever since I put it up in this apartment. But that wall is essentially what made me realize that my style was more of transitional style. So then I worked with one of my YouTube friends, and we challenged ourselves to make over a space on a $150 budget. That's when the dining room got the makeover that it has currently, and I really just loved that space. I feel like I was able to do some really budget-friendly ways to tie in the different elements that I loved in the transitional style while sticking to a really tight budget and adding in some really friendly DIYs that allowed me to keep my existing furniture but upcycle them a little bit more to fit the style and fit the personality that I was bringing into the room. So the lessons I definitely learned while transforming my dining room were that your style is going to change over time. What you think it is when you're initially starting is not necessarily what it's going to be in the end. So I do find that the best idea for that scenario, if you really have not found your personal style yet, or you like to follow the trends, So just buy some big staple furniture pieces that will be versatile as you kind of shift and change. And the best way to make changes as your style changes is by thrifting or looking for secondhand items to decorate the space rather than those big statement pieces, and those really can enhance the look of the room on a really tiny budget. Moving on to the next room is the kitchen, and this one was definitely the hardest room to tackle because, well, it's a kitchen, it's in an apartment, and I can't renovate it, I can't change it, and of course I was left with out-of-date looking counters and cabinets and really just all the fixtures nowhere near my style. However, what I learned in this room was that if I picked a color palette based off the counters, based off the cabinetry, I was able to make a really cohesive looking space using those colors, and it kind of detracted from the older, outdated look and really brought in this cool kind of vintage look in the space, which I was really impressed by. Just these couple small changes, like the rug especially did a huge transformation in the room, as well as the removable subway tile. I don't know what I would do if I had never put that up on the wall, because I think that this place would have looked so much more bare and boring without it. It really did make the kitchen look a lot better. And also, as a tip, putting that up on the wall also protects your wall from any sort of splashing from cooking. So as soon as you remove it and take it away, you have like less cleaning to do when it's time to move out. So that's really great. So after the kitchen and a couple patio makeovers later, I moved on to the entryway, which is behind me here. I wanted to do the entryway before I moved into the living room because, as you can see, I'm standing in the living room here. You can see a little bit of the entryway from this room. So I wanted to kind of flow into each other. I'm not sure if I really achieved that. I did color palette wise, but I think I could have played with the style maybe a little better. So I definitely learned that lesson with trying to figure out how to make two different rooms look more cohesive. But in this entryway space, I loved the beadboard that I put on the wall, another great renter-friendly hack, as well as that pegboard added a ton of functionality because, quite honestly, I hate using the closet. The door on it was always a bit wonky, so I was just very adverse to going into that closet, putting my jackets in there when I wasn't wearing them. So having a hook to put them on is just so much easier. And I also added more of that removable wallpaper, which was just really fun, and it was just a tiny little area, but I think I really transformed the entire look of it with just a couple small changes. And I think it brought in maybe a step closer to where I was really going with my decorating style, especially as we moved into the living room. Now, the living room took months of planning, DIYing, and just preparation in order to give this space a makeover. The real issue was because when I first moved in, and you could see it on this original apartment tour, I had basically zero apartment furniture. I had a couch and the bench that is behind me here, and that's it. I eventually got a bigger TV with a bigger TV console, and I kept my original couch, as well as gave a chair a makeover, built my coffee table, gave an end table a makeover, gave the bench also a makeover. There was just a ton of DIYs to make this space. Also built an entire cabinet essentially from scratch, starting from an IKEA Ivar cabinet, and I was able to completely transform it by DIYing most of my furniture, which is crazy. I started out making just like little tiny crafty things on this channel, and I went from that to doing full-scale furniture flips and even furniture builds. And I'm just so proud of myself for trying new things, learning and deciding to pick up power tools, which was really crazy, but I love it. And I highly encourage you, if you want to start dabbling with power tools, to definitely learn and give it a try, because just the sense of accomplishment I feel every time I am in my living room is just, it's hard to put into words, because I just didn't think that I would be able to do something like this, and furniture is so expensive that really DIYing is such a great and easy solution to make things look a little bit better. It's more time consuming, but the reward is just so great because you get something really custom to your space. I think that was a big lesson that I learned from this living room, is to definitely try building things, try new skills, and really push yourself with your DIY abilities or whatever other things kind of interest you. This room definitely encapsulated that transitional style, a little bit of that modern rustic style that I just really feel like it's mine. And I love it. And it's just, that makes it so much harder to say what this big announcement is, because I'm so proud of everything I've achieved in this space. Of course, I haven't mentioned that I never tackled my bathroom or my bedroom, really because of the fact that the bathroom was functional as is. It's also just a cramped, dark space that I couldn't quite figure out exactly what I could do to make any major impact in that room. And then my bedroom, I also kind of just kept brushing that one under the rug because this is a 1-bedroom apartment and I don't have a lot of storage space. So the bedroom sort of turned into storage area for me with all my DIY projects going on, as well as me needing some larger furniture pieces to really make that feel complete. So those rooms have not yet been tackled, but they're never going to get a makeover, and that's because my big announcement is I'm moving. I have lived here for 3 years and it's been great. It's been the perfect place to learn this new community that I moved to back in 2020, which was a wild time to be moving. I really have outgrown the space though. I need more room for my projects. I need more room for the decor that I love. I also need a new challenge. I need a new apartment to decorate. So I am gonna be beginning the hunt for a new apartment. So every video that you're gonna see from here on out is going to be the start of a new beginning for me, because we're gonna go apartment shopping. You're gonna come along with me. Then I'm gonna show you which apartment that I pick, and there's going to be tons of new makeovers. You're not gonna wanna miss this. Make sure that you're subscribed, because we are about to go on a crazy DIY room makeover journey that I am just so excited about. I feel like I'm finally in a space where I can really prioritize decorating and room makeovers, which have really become my true passion, especially through YouTube, and I can't wait to share all of that with you. I don't know, I just am so thrilled, but really also at the same time, it's bittersweet because of how much time that I've put into this apartment to turn it into a space that I could truly call home at the end of the day. But I'm ready to call a new place home, and I'm excited to have you guys come along on my journey. Thank you so much for spending 3 years with me in this apartment. We have lots to do, lots to pack, lots of renter-friendly hacks to see if they truly are renter-friendly and will remove from the wall. You're not going to want to miss it, so make sure you are subscribed. If you want to see the full makeover videos of any of these rooms that I gave that little recap of, I do have a full room makeover playlist. I'll be sure to include that on the screen, and then as those moving and new apartments videos come out, I'll put those on the screen as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.